going to grow back and that process is never going to be completed. And 2, it's like the only part of your body where the hair actually does go back thicker and darker, and it is a fact. Female is the correct term, honey. No, objectively it's not honey. Can I tell you why? Because it's an adjective. Female doctor, female lawyer, female entrepreneur, female dog, female kangaroo. Just these females, that's like saying these fats, these pretties. Or, if you want to talk about biology, it's like saying these vaginas. So it's objectively not grammatically correct. Like, if you want to say female rappers, like, yes, that's grammatically correct. You can say female, but you're not using the word right. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Sorry that bothers you. I'm not saying I'm offended by the word female, I'm saying it's not correct. You do the same thing with women. No. I need tips on how to restart recovery for an eating disorder. I'll let you know when I get there, gang. Right. You're Italian? I'm actually not Italian. I'm Portuguese. Somebody asked why I hated men. Can I ask why you assume I hate men? Thank you. Can I ask why you assume that? Because I get called a man-hater, misandrist every day of the week, but not once when I ask, can you tell me how or why, do they actually answer. You've got such an attitude. You're such a pick-me, bro. Ugh. You just generalized them. You literally just said women weren't capable. I'm sorry. Women aren't capable as men of being in the military. And you just justified women being assaulted in the military and agreed that women in the military were barrack bunnies to try to deter a woman from wanting to be in the army. Ah! Ah! Like, you are the exact reason I have to post the content I do, and you're the reason I'm talking about this. You're just too close to living with your parents. Mom? Dad? I don't live with my parents. What do you think this is, girl? I don't... Oh. I mean, in this economy, I get it. If you live with your parents, that is A-okay. If you live with your parents past 20, that's actually normal. Most people don't leave the house until roughly 23 in this country. I completely understand. But don't lie, because I don't. Like, me personally, I don't. Too close to it. It's been a year or something. Wait. So even if I have moved out, you're still complaining because a year ago I lived with my parents? Are you real? Why do you look different from your videos? Because all I have on so far is foundation and not a full face of makeup. So you did. Yep, I parted ways at about 19. And I've been 20 for... that's a hard math. No, this is the 3rd place I've lived without mi familia. I think I'm doing pretty decent. I don't know. It doesn't really matter if I lived with them over a year ago or not. I don't live with them though, and I think I'm doing better than you were at this age. Because assuming by you want to bring up my age, you're probably old, right? So your parents kicked you out? No. No. I lived in West Virginia for a minute, and then Connecticut and Minnesota. Wanted to travel. My mom actually... The reason I moved back to Connecticut from West Virginia was because my mom begged me to come home, and I did, and then I had my own place there, and then I was like, okay, I love the family, this is fun, I want to get out and see shit. So I did. How do you like Minnesota? I'm here right now, I actually quite like it. It's nice in the sense that everything's very close, which Connecticut and West Virginia were not that way, or not where I always lived specifically. I am a Leo. How's it working out for you? Good. Very good. My mom is so funny, though, because for the last couple months, I've been silently... So this is what happened. For the last couple months, I've been joking about or not joking, like, in my head, really been thinking about it, like, joining the army. And then my roommate is... And we were fucking, like, walking around the mall, and he was like, let's go to the recruitment center. And I was like, you know what's so funny about that joke? He's like, don't say it. I'm like, I'm low-key thinking about it. And I called my mom to be like, what do you think about this? And every other person I talked to was like, bitch, are you manic? Why do you want to do that? What do you want to do that for? My mom was like, sell your soul to Uncle Sam. Do it. She's so funny. She's so funny. She's like, do it. She's like, come on, go ahead. I love that for her. She's funny as fuck. Don't do it. Who are you? You couldn't do it. Well, now I'm gonna do it. Actually, I would love every misogynist in here right now to tell me I could not join the army to give me a better incentive to go fucking do it. I would love to hear that. Incels, tell me real quick again that I can't do it, because I think that's all the motivation I need. The only thing I was at all concerned about is how demanding the training is. And I am anemic, which means my brain and organs don't get proper oxygen, which should technically disqualify you, but if you're not too anemic, there's like a test to measure that, and I'm gonna take it and see where I fall on the spectrum, of course. You can't do it. Alright, bet. I'll check back in here in a couple months to a year. They all regret it? I don't know. My aunt retiring in a fucking mansion at 40? Then again, she was like a drill sergeant. That looked pretty good. You would quit. Okay. I'm anemic too. Anemic gang. So real. Do you support the military? I understand why a lot of people join it. You get better housing benefits and health insurance, and people can retire earlier. It also gets you a lot of respect. Like half of my family's in the Army and Marine Corps and shit. Drill sergeants, lieutenants. I've been raised around it. A lot of my roommates growing up even were like in the Marine Corps and shit. A good portion of my teachers were in the Marine Corps. I guess I'm used to being around that group of people, my roommates in the military. I mean, it's always kind of interested me. Like, when I was younger, I just, they must hate you. You know you can be a leftist and be in the military, right? It's not all about licking the boots of America or Uncle Sam. Like, you can literally just want the benefits for your health and housing and retirement without glazing the country. You know that, right? You don't have to fall under the nationalist pipeline just because you're in the military. Do you know that? I don't think you know that. I've definitely thought about things like that. I really don't know. It's like selling your soul. Well, and I'm not saying this with any disrespect, because I don't know you and you don't know me, but when you have as many health complications as I do, and you've actually been in hospice and you've looked death in the face, you would do just about anything for better insurance coverage. And waitressing at your local 9 to 5 is not going to cover the fucking life-saving surgeries that I need. So, I'm not saying that to be a dick, but I'm not just joining the military for self-discipline. If it's something that I can do to get surgery that I really need, okay. In hospice. Yeah, I had tears in my intestines and potential leaks. Alcohol ate through my stomach. And on top of my gastroesophageal concerns, I need like a gastroesophageal surgery so that acid can stop eating at my throat. And I need the eustachian tubes because I have eustachian tube failure. I have an ear infection for 4 years as well as chronic sinusitis, which I don't know if you guys have ever had an ear infection or a sinus infection, but imagine having it in both ears really bad for 4 years and nothing you take will get it to go away. Yeah, well, that's my reality, and no matter what medication I take, that shit does not go away. No, I know, yeah. And then I have TMD, which is believed to be causing the eustachian tube failure. I've gone to chiropractors, I've tried the, what the fuck? What are they called? The mouth guards. I've tried I've tried it all. It doesn't fucking do anything, and they referred me to a cosmetic surgeon, and they said I could get my jaw put back together because it's broken. And I said, okay, how much is that? $30,000, insurance doesn't cover it, you'll look different, you'll sound different, won't be able to talk for 10 weeks, mouth wired shut, and there's maybe a 70% chance it'll work. Oh! Huh. What? The military won't take you. The only thing I have that's even remotely disqualifying is anemia. But again, there's a spectrum to that. And I don't think I'm that anemic. My anemia is not genetic. I gave myself anemia. So I think as long as I don't engage in behaviors I was before, I won't have that problem. What did you drink every day? What did you drink every day? Oh, yes. You look completely different here from your TikToks. Why are you so fucking rude? Because, like, what? No, actually, every day when I check my year ago today memory on Snapchat, it's me, like, blackout drunk somewhere. And I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Well, I know what I was doing. And a lot of people are like, oh, what, you drink because of your childhood trauma? You drink because you're fatherless and you da-da-da-da. No. I just liked how it felt. Literally no deeper than that. Nothing to do with being sad. Nothing to do with childhood trauma and turmoil. Nothing to do with my family. Nothing. No. I got fucked up once and I was like, oh, I really like that. And then I did it every day and I didn't have the self-control to not do it. That was really that. The Hamza Sanazar is kind of a symbol of sending like negativity back to the one sending it to you, and protection and peace. Something looks off. Yeah. I don't know. Alcohol consumption is very normalized. And I'm not saying nobody should ever drink because I get it. It's fun. She's off. Yeah, I've heard all about it. You can never win. I don't fucking know what the fuck I was gonna say. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck I was gonna say. That makes me so sad. Thank you. How old were you when you started? 18. Oh, I was gonna say, like, drinking shouldn't be as normalized as it is, because I get why it's fun, it's social lubricant, it really does help when you're, like, super socially anxious and awkward and you don't know how to meet people or function at the gatherings, and I get why people do it. But God, it causes some insane health problems that you wouldn't even think of. It really does. It really does. Aged, you drink too much. Girl, I haven't drank in 10 months. Who drank too much? Hey, recovered alcoholic, you drink too much. Girl, huh? Hey, so, why does everyone call me Julia? Like, I love y'all, like, who's Julia, though? Thank you! Her armpits are so pretty. I watched some of your other videos. Do you hate men? I appreciate you asking me instead of telling me I do, or asking why. I can appreciate that. That's progress. No, I don't hate anybody. Can I ask you what might have made you think that about my videos? It's still a compliment. I didn't like it. Didn't you go by Ember? Well, yes. Would you ever dye your hair black? Well, yes, I have. What do you drink every day? Water. I have not drank in a very long time. Are you asking what I drank when I did? Because when I did, it was, I'm about to make a recovered alcoholic turn over in their grave. I'm about to make somebody roll over in their grave. You know what I drink every day? 99 bananas. Yes, bitch, every day. Or I get the 99 apple. Sometimes they get the 99 rupee or the party pack with the every flavor, the fruit punch. Thinking about it makes me... And you wanna know what? Even after, like, almost dying in the hospital and coming home and being like, hey guys, I still drank and I didn't stop. What my body, not my mind, not my body, what, I don't know what it was, but, well, yes, I had a bowel obstruction. It's giving Frank Gallagher, well, I'm sober, girl, but I had a shot of the cat piss, the Pink Whitney, and I went to take it, and my whole body started like you know when a cat has like a hairball? My whole body started like tweaking, and I was like, oh. And I was like smelling it, and I was like, why can't I drink this? And my body was like, started freaking out, and I was like, oof. I was like, okay. And then every time I tried after that, my body would just like I'd smell it and I'd start like compulsively gagging, and I was like, we get it, you're scared. And then I was at like a decent, you know, and I tried, and I had like, I think it was the, does anybody know what proof the blue raz Svedka is off the top of their head? Either way, like I think it's like 25%. I don't know, high strung womp womp. No, the Svedka, I had like one drink with like grape soda, Sprite, and like a little bit of Svedka. Not even halfway through, I was spitting up blood, and I was like, oh, that's not. And yes, it was blood. I could taste it. I could. Too much coffee, slow down. I don't drink coffee. I can't have caffeine, girl. I have GIRD, so try again. Yeah, I heard about that. I have GIRD too. Work! How are my GIRD baddies doing today with their decaf sad coffee, and their no energy drinks, and their no soda, no seltzer, no carbonation, no alcohol, no pot, no spicy food, no greasy food, no fatty food? How are you doing today? Yes, GIRD is gastroesophageal reflux disease. It's where the acid reflux is not just present, but actually damages your esophagus and can put you prone to precancerous conditions like Barrett's esophagus. Mine was stage 3. Mine has thankfully gone back to stage 1. Like, when I got my endoscopy, they said we could barely tell you ever even had GIRD. Like, it looks really good. But you should literally never drink again in your life. And I was like, are you saying that because I'm 20? And they were like, no, like, you're gonna get cancer. And I was like, well, how do you know that, girl? And they're like, we just do. And I was like, okay, I believe you. Like, and you know, I'm like, what about in moderation? And they're just like, girl, go home. I was like, okay, I go home. Because, like, yes, I can preach sobriety and I can be sober, but that doesn't mean I won't think about it. Like, that's just realness. Sorry. Well, hello. Thank you. Yeah, it's probably best for you not to drink. It constipates you, it dries you out, it dehydrates you. Impairs your judgment. Slows down your whole nervous system. Yeah, that's what was so dangerous about the alcohol for me, y'all, by the way. The alcohol made me so constipated, could not. And I was in there thinking I had appendicitis. And when they were like, you can't poop, girl, I was like, what are my symptoms? Sure. So I had a bowel obstruction, and one of my first symptoms of the bowel obstruction was the most intense heartburn I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I literally felt like there was, like, something in my skin that needed to be removed. Like, it was inhumane. Literally thought I was gonna die. It's a big part of the reason I took myself to the hospital. No, that heartburn persisted after that, never really went away. Heartburn, difficulty swallowing, the globus sensation. There's like a constant feeling like I have something stuck in my throat. It's like a lump that you can kind of feel from the outside. It kind of looks like an Adam's apple, but there's just a little irritation when swallowing. Some people wake up choking on their acid reflux. Some people can't get food down anymore. A feeling of tightness in the esophagus, which I definitely feel. It can cause breathing problems. Typically it's worse when you lay down or after you eat. They say not to eat like within 3 hours of going to sleep. Yeah, it can look different for everyone, but typically it's heartburn and the bad feelings in the throat. So all the cats are running away, but yes, there are 7 cats in this hoe, bro. Like, 7 cats. It's so fun. What should I name my kitten? What is the gender of the kitten? It's basically the spiritual premise of like sending negative energy back to those who are sending it to you. What happened to your throat? Alcohol. Oh, bulimia objectively causes GIRD, yes. One of the main reasons why alcoholics get GIRD is not just because of the alcohol, but because they're puking it up so often, which was my problem. I have anorexia. I will never consider myself bulimic because, yes, I drank in the end, but I couldn't, like, me puking so much is the main reason why I have GIRD. Yeah, the majority of bulimics get GIRD. And it's so dangerous, and I get it. Trust, I do. But because I know what an eating disorder feels like, I'm gonna fearmonger you for a second. With GIRD, your esophagus can collapse. Like, you can go to throw up one of these times, and it'll eat right through your esophagus, and you will suffocate, and there is nothing anybody can do when that happens. And I say that out of love, just in case you are currently struggling. Because I know the best way to help myself personally is looking at all the health issues online. I'll be Googling it, and I'm like, ooh, that's scary. Sometimes you gotta fearmonger yourself. And it is true, you could do the research. You're welcome. Because bulimia is not worth it, man. I understand. I do. Anorexia even can cause a really bad acid reflux, and that's probably part of what caused mine. It's not worth it though, because that GIRD also, even if you're not having immediate reactions, will usually turn to esophagus cancer, which my great-grandfather did have as well. Well, we're not talking about hangnails though. We're talking about bulimia and gastroesophageal reflux disease. Oh, fear-mongering. See, fear-mongering helps. One person, it doesn't work. I don't know. My bowel obstruction scared me a little bit. Well, thank you. Somebody asked what I was using on my eyes, by the way, but I was talking about bulimia, so I wasn't gonna be like, and by the way, the eyeliner is, I'm using just a black eyeshadow, but this one is like a Disney ColourPop black eyeshadow. And that really scares me. So here's my advice to you. Stop drinking caffeine. Don't drink alcohol. Don't smoke anything. If you need painkillers for any reason, use Tylenol. Avoid ibuprofen. There's a group, it's like NSAIDs. It's a group of painkillers that people with esophagus problems should absolutely avoid. Why caffeine? Caffeine is terrible for your throat. If you have like GIRD or IBS or any kind of gastroesophageal, gastrointestinal condition, you're going to want to avoid caffeine. Avoid carbonated drinks, seltzer, soda, and especially spicy food. Because I listen to the majority of the rules they give me, but they're like, no spicy food, and I'm like, girl, fuck you. And I go to, and I eat, I'm like, and you feel it, like that shit burns real bad, Stick to beauty, not politics. Well, now we're gonna talk about politics. What policies do you guys like under Kamala Harris, or don't like? What policies do you do or don't like under Trump? Who are you voting for this year? What did you guys think about the debate between between J.D. Vance and Tim Walz? Like, don't fucking tell me, like, don't tell me. Because who are you? No. You cannot like me, and you need to agree that that is misogynistic as fuck. Telling a woman to stick to, like, be serious. LT, you were in here yesterday. You were in here yesterday telling me you would. Don't think I don't remember, girl. And I say this with absolute sincerity, just to give everybody a little laugh. 99.9% of the men that come in here and call me a mid-ran-through bop that knows nothing about what I'm talking about, they're all in my DMs, girl. And the DMs are not hate messages. Actually, I had a guy the other day comment under my videos, my Instagram pictures. He commented under every picture. And he was like, you make the Portuguese look bad, like, holy bopinator. Like, just fucking crazy shit. Just going sick about how I'm a skank and, like, I'm ugly and I'm flat. Just being crazy. I'm not a Capricorn now, holy shit. Just going insane, and when I went to, like, because he left, like, 40 comments, and when I went to go to the DMs, a month ago, he wrote, "I want you, sad face." And you know what? That's funny as fuck to me. I will not be taking a break from social media. You're just mad because I clocked you. You're in here talking about how I'm stupid or whatever, but you literally comment wood and smash on my shit. You were here yesterday talking about how you would hit. Don't agree with much of you say, but you got pretty eyes. Let's unpack that. Why not? Oh. Cat's not get over everything in here right now. Thank you. Real. I could use eyeshadow for fucking everything. Filling in my lips, lining my lips, contour, which I'm not great at, eyebrows, blush, highlight, eyeliner, which, speaking of filling in my eyebrows, now here's where I start to look like a person. Work. What's the lip combo? I use the, is this creme brulee or tiramisu? The creme brulee NYX butter gloss. These are $5 a pop. I want every single one of them so bad. There's like 34 different colors. I have like 10 of them. I love NYX butter gloss. And this one's a tiramisu, isn't it? Yes. This light pale pink with a dark brown lip line. The pale pink with the dark brown. It's everything. You got any opinions on global warming? Actually, I've been debating posting a video about this. I know the majority of my content is like feminist and gender politics, but there are other issues. I know, shocker. I just talk about what I know the most about, because that's reasonable, I feel. The fact that conservatives would rather believe in cloud seeding to manufacture natural disasters, which cloud seeding does exist, yes, but to manufacture natural disasters, rather believing climate change might be causing some of these natural disasters. That is so fucking scary to me, that they really would rather blame the government for the weather than just say, oh shit, maybe this is climate change. Huh. You're slow? You used the wrong "your," babe. Hey now, hey now. Girl, you don't have to break that down. Listen, y'all. And they're like, notice how it's right before the election. Girl, shut up. Because what? Babe adds extra insult. Oh yes, I love to say that shit condescendingly. Do you like walks in nature? Well, yes. And he's gonna be like, you're gonna have no nature! Like, I know. Oh, well, yes. Well, yes. Cat just knocked everything off of my windowsill, but it's okay, because he's cute. I think they're goofy. Aww. Why do you think I'm goofy? I was asking a nice question. Girl, yesterday you were in here talking about how you would hit that, and then today you're in here like, get off the internet, you don't know anything about politics. It's funny how that works, I feel. Are you Greek? Not to my general understanding. I'm Portuguese. Oh, he's knocking over more shit. Why are you this way? Oh, stop! Nothing left to knock over, so now you leave. It's all songs I see on model edits. You know what? This is my pacing playlist for when I walk around and I just want to listen to music. Because unironically, I be listening to like Brazilian folk when I'm walking down. Like, I don't. facts by general understanding. If you think general or understanding are big words for Elmo, then figure that out. I don't know, it makes me feel like mysterious. Like, I'm sorry. I have a little bit too much fun with that. Oh my god, Kamala, why? Why am I voting for Kamala? This playlist is public, it's called Pacing, Pacing, Pacing. And you know what, if you know, then shut up. Thank you for the gift. Did you guys see that Snapchat introduced footsteps to track your steps? Thank you! I support Kamala because she supports Israel. So what stops you from supporting Trump then? He said that if he was in office, he'd finish the fucking job. He supports Israel as like his main ally. So I don't know if you thought that was a gotcha, but didn't Snapchat always do that? Not to my knowledge, no. Shit, man. Yeah, definitely drop a follow if y'all haven't, because I'm so cool like that. And follow my Instagram as well. All my social medias are in my link tree. Thank you. What do you think about Jill Stein? Industry plant. Low-key just endorsing Trump. Boo. He'd get with her. Who's he? Who's her? What's happening? Help. What about RFK? You know, I considered that for a minute, but no. He's like concerningly anti-vax, and I don't think you have to get the vaccine. That's okay. Don't get the vaccine if you don't want it, girl. My problem is the people who think it's like a bioweapon. The people who are like, it's gonna turn you into a zombie. Like, that's where I'm like, you're scary, and he's one of those people. So I don't really want somebody who fears a vaccine in office, because it's one thing not to get it, it's another thing to like spread misinformation, fucking fearmonger it, and be afraid of it. Like, that's a different situation. That shows a lot of mental instability that I don't think should be in the White House. And don't say, well, you're mentally unstable. Yeah, bitch, I'm not running for office. I have to fart. And you know what? I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Realness. Anyway, because I'm not gonna hold it. I like my intestines the way they are. Juicy is crazy work. Will not lie to you. Would you have gotten the vaccine if you didn't have health issues? Yeah, probably. I mean, I wasn't really going to, I was social distancing. I wasn't really going to like any parties or anything anyway, so I was kind of just staying at home and doing the online schooling. But what nationality is your family from? Well, nationality American. My background is Portuguese, like ethnically. Wait, why are we listening to Candace Owens? I'm assuming there are a lot of conservatives here because we're talking about politics, so can I ask? Thank you. I'll calm doing that right now. How many logically sound conservatives, which I know, oxymoron kind of, how many of you were in the chat? Can you guys agree and concede to the notion that somebody can be Indian and Jamaican? Can we concede to the notion that you can be mixed with more than one ethnicity or race? And she's not even anti-Israel for the right reasons. Because that's kind of concerning. Huh, are you Jamaican or Indian? Pick one. Are you fucking serious? What the fuck? My mom's side of the family is Swedish. My dad's side is Portuguese and Brazilian. Therefore, I am Swedish and Portuguese and Brazilian. Whoa! Now, whoa. you're not a 50-50 split, which is why I don't talk about being Swedish as much, because I'm not as much Swedish as I am Portuguese. But you are ethnically more than one thing. You can go to Kamala's website and look at all of her policies if you're interested. I mean, one big thing that I really like, you know, if you aren't on health insurance, then you'll get what I'm saying. If you are, then just bear with me. How many of you are on prescription medications? Whether it's insulin for diabetes, an antacid for gastroesophageal reflux disease, a prescribed laxative for irritable bowel syndrome or Crohn's disease, something for, you know, a mood stabilizer, antipsychotic, anti-anxiety medication, anything. Hell no, well, that doesn't make any sense. If you're on a medication and you don't have health insurance, you know that some of these medications can be roughly $1,000 monthly. I was temporarily on an antipsychotic that made me throw up every day, and I had to get off of it because it fucking was terrible for my body and I fucking hated it. But had I stayed on the antipsychotic and had it actually worked for me, that would have been $1,400 monthly if my insurance didn't cover that. Kamala wants to cap the debt for prescribed medications to $2,000 yearly for American citizens who don't have health insurance. That's a really important policy. And yes, people need their medications. Stop with this whole, you don't know what people need, okay? Like, if you've never had a health issue, then you don't know. And not everything is mental, either. You know, like, I'm tired of that notion that people don't need their medications. You mislead people. I'm sorry you don't like me, but that's disingenuous to lie about me. And that would mean no military for you. Why would that mean no military for me? I'm not on an antipsychotic, mood stabilizer, anti-anxiety, antidepressant. I'm not on anything. I'm on a fucking acid reducer for gastroesophageal reflux disease. Believe it or not, having heartburn, that doesn't disqualify you from military service. And you were. Yep, 2 years ago, I was on an antipsychotic for 1 week. So long as you have been off of medications for that for over a year, you do qualify for military service. That's not how that works. Thank you. Opinions on people with HIV? I definitely wish we could stop the stigma that anybody who has an STD is inherently dirty, because it's very simply put, you could be in a monogamous marriage and get cheated on and get an STD. Like, we can't pretend we know everyone's situation. She's seeking meds. What med am I seeking? Because if you're going to make a bold-ass claim like that, tell me real quick what med I'm seeking. What med am I seeking? I want to know. Well, what med did I seek? And quickly. Because last I checked, I had a near-fatal bowel obstruction. Literally in hospice, and I would not let them give me morphine. But I'm seeking meds. No, you caught me. I was in the most pain I've ever been in my life, dying, and I refused painkillers. Huh. No, but you caught me, though. Getting cheated on means the relationship is not monogamous. It's called infidelity. If it's polyamorous, then that would be consensual. Infidelity does not make the loyal person any less monogamous. So it's not their fault that they got cheated on and got an STD. What mascara are you using? This is the Damn Girl Too Faced. Do you have a high pain tolerance? Decently so. Decently so. You must be real fun at parties. Dog, what? Because I said I didn't seek medication? Holy shit. No, I've never sought medication. I know people were joking in chat. I can't even take Advil. The only medication I'm allowed to have is fucking Tylenol, because I have gastroesophageal reflux disease, and just about any medication going down my esophagus could make me super sick. Yeah, no, a bit ironic. My pain tolerance is low. Mine has to be high, because I have fucking shitty periods. Who else throws up on their period? Am I okay? No. Thank you. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. The internet's not real. Fuck it, I'm sure I look different in person. You know, even if... One thing I want people to understand is even if people don't Photoshop their videos or use filters, like, this is you know, people are still gonna look different in person because it's different angles. Like when I'm sitting here like this, I'm showing you my best angle. I have my lighting, I have my ring light. So I probably look my best here right now. So don't compare yourself to anybody on the internet because people are doing their angles and shit, even without the Photoshop. And also my makeup isn't gonna look as smooth in person. It's probably cakey as fuck. We all have absolutely beautiful things about ourselves, and people always want what they don't have. Like, people always change things about themselves. If you have blue eyes, maybe you wear brown contacts, brown eyes, maybe blue contacts. Fucking people draw freckles on. People who have them typically hate them. Thinning your eyebrows, making them look thicker. Hair extensions, thinning your hair, tanning. Some people do skin bleaching. We always want what we don't have. And that's okay, and that's normal. But comparing yourself to other people is so bad for you. I'm sure you are beautiful, though I have not seen you, because we are all beautiful. And fuck people who are like, let's be real, we're not all beautiful. Girl, shut up. Who are you? You don't speak for me. I've never looked at someone and thought, they're ugly. Like, that's not... I don't look at people and, like, psychoanalyze their features like that. It's not a normal thing to do. Is this better in person? Trust me? Shut up! You don't mean that. I know that's not true. Every time someone says that to me, I analyze their features to look for, like, shallow breathing. I'm like a lie detector. I'm like, do you mean that? People pay too much attention to that stuff. Exactly. Absolutely. And no, one thing that really gets me is when men are like, not everyone is going to be attracted to you, like, just get over it, like, you can't have an ego, you can't expect everyone to find you beautiful, like, people aren't going to be attracted to you. Do you know what my problem is? Can I be real with you? I don't give a fuck if you're not attracted to me. I could not care less if you don't think I'm beautiful, if you don't think I'm attractive, if you don't think I meet the beauty standard. I don't care if you think I'm butt ugly. Do you know what my problem is? My problem is voicing that to absolute strangers who have done nothing to you with the incentive of making them insecure. That's my problem. Why are you going up to random people telling them to lose weight, gain weight, work out, shave, get this haircut, dye their hair blonde, take their piercings out, cover up this tattoo? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Like, who are you? You don't have to be attracted to me. You don't have to be attracted to anyone. But going up to people and trying to make them feel insecure, that's the issue. And that's the same thing. Stop asking if I have an OF. I'm not gonna, like, go away. My big fat problem is, like, even for instance, like, let's talk about men who are like, oh, I need a virgin. Like, I would never be with a girl who has a high body count or even any bodies. Like, she needs to save herself for marriage. You wanna know what I have to say about that? That's okay, King. You better be a virgin too. Literally just hold yourself to the same standard. If it's not a preference, if it's a deal breaker, first of all. And second of all, it's not a preference if you don't uphold that same standard, because then it's just hypocrisy. We're not the same, though. No, we objectively are the same. And I assume you think that because you're religious, right? You do know when they say all men are created equal, men references mankind, and that includes women, right? You do know that, right? Okay. That means your lives. I'll try to be back. I'll try. I'll be getting lazy, but I have fun, so I'm gonna try to do it more often. We're equal, but we're not the same. If we're equal, and if you concede to that notion, then you concede to the notion that a man and woman having a high body count is the exact same thing. Messaged you about it. You've asked me 8 times if I'd make an OF. I said no, and you are still gonna message me about it? Why? I literally said no. Girl, you gotta be joking. Like, I literally already said no. There will be no OF. Stop. You need to educate my brother. I love playing that game. My favorite game is when my brother used to live with me, and he'd have his friends over, and I'd hear the N-word outside, and I'm like, I know they're all white. And I'd go outside, and I'd be like, let's talk! Oh my fuck. Because, honestly, I humbled 99.9% of them. One of my favorite experiences, right? I went to a McDonald's, right? Like, over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And we're just chilling. And I brought my brother and all of his friends, probably like $70 worth of food, because it was a big group of people. I had no problem doing that. I don't give a fuck. Like, you're my brother. Whatever. Immediately start talking about Andrew Tate and how men are meant to provide and women are meant to cook and clean and stay home and blah 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 and women blah 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 blah. I'm like, women are meant to do what? But I just paid for $70 for all of you to eat. You couldn't even afford McDonald's. What the fuck do you mean you're a provider? You're no hustler. Are you kidding me? And I was like, well, you're either gonna pay me back or you're gonna apologize right now. And they did. And it was fucking funny. I was like, you're not who you think you are. No, because it's like, we need to start being serious at the end of the day. And my brother, I've never heard my brother say the N-word or use any kind of slur. He's very, like, politically independent. He's never done anything like that to my knowledge. He only registered to vote to fucking get an ID. Like, he doesn't know anything about politics. And, you know, I don't like that mentality, but I'd prefer that to what his friends are doing. I think he just kind of... My brother and I are both autistic, but we're on very different ends of that spectrum. In the sense that he's very, like, what the fuck? He's very, like, soft-spoken about everything, and then I have that insane sense of, like, justice where, like, I always gotta, like, say something. He's very self-reserved, and I get it, but it's like, stand up at that point. Like, ooh, I almost had to fight one of his friends. That wasn't a good situation. I politely asked him to stop using the N-word, and he's like, well, I'm at my friend's house, and I'm gonna do what I want, no matter where I am. And I was like, you're not at my brother's house, because I paid for this place, so you're gonna fucking leave? Like, what do you mean? And he's looking at camera like, is this bitch, oh, he's like, is this bitch serious? Like, he's like, I'm gonna slap this bitch. And I was like, you got 5 minutes, you got 5 minutes to get a ride, girl, you got 5 minutes, he left. But, because who are you, and what the fuck? And I guess the friend that drove him there and back called my brother 5 times to, like, apologize after, like, I didn't know he was gonna do that.